There's a film that tells the story of the children of Renata Gomi, and it's made by Yoni Goodman, who I think is the person who made Dance with Bashir. It's a beautiful piece of animation, and with actually it's Ari Folman who made Dance with Bashir, but Goodman is collaborating with him. And there's also the film Where Is Anne Frank. This is what I think animation should be used for. This is the future of animation, a medium where we can tell stories, where we can draw attention to things, where we can where we can highlight issues, perhaps free from some of the accretions that live action produces. This video shows the masked members of Hamas leading the children off, and it comes from Renata's request to make a film. It doesn't address the issue of the Gaza of the Gazan Palestinians, the civilians, a great many of them who are also children who have died in the response in the attacks by the Netanyahu regime. And this expresses the hope that all hostages will be returned, the fighting will end, and that we may find a way to live in peace. And I think this is exactly the right way forward to live in peace and to humanize the stories. As I've said all along, we're humanizing some of the stories from the kibbutzim. We must humanize and we must personalize the stories of the people caught in the conflict in the Palestinian areas as well. I was horrified yesterday to see footage of police taking down the posters that have been put up about the Israeli hostages. This seems almost as insensitive as the videos that turned up on Twitter of people ripping down these posters. It's the same sort of gesture. We need those posters. We need the posters of the Israeli victims and of the Palestinian victims. We need to personalize this experience from both sides, because it must not be something that simply becomes the statistics of the Netanyahu regime, the statistics of Hamas, and this sort of competition about who has the most deaths, who has the most wounded, who has suffered the most. It's not about that. It's about individuals who are caught up in a tragedy in the Middle East.
On Saturday morning, October 7th, at 6:30 in the morning, the red alert went off and a barrage of missiles fell on our house in Kibbutz Nir Oz. My sons, 12 and 16, were alone in my house sleeping. They got into the safe room. They called me, scared to death. They said they hear someone breaking into our home. Over the phone, I heard voices speaking in Arabic. Even though my son was trying hard to hold it closed, the door to the safe room was pushed open. Last I heard was my youngest saying, "Don't take me, I'm too young." 70 people were kidnapped from their home in Nir Oz. I think of them, alone, in a pit or a dark tunnel, with no sense of time. I hope that they are together, keeping each other strong, and that they are with other children who were also kidnapped. Until I see them again, waiting to hug them again soon.